You're listening to All My Friends Are Ghosts, a long-form narrative drama told in 14 parts. Episode 10, The Truth.
Are you still using?
God. What? Am I still what?
What? I'm just asking.
They were in a window booth at a roadside diner, halfway to Little Rock, Arkansas, when Peter had broken 10 minutes of silence, filled with Simon uninterestedly picking at his food, while Peter fidgeted with the label on a bottle of beer his brother had ordered for him while he was in the bathroom.
You're just asking if I'm still using?
Yeah, what? I mean, yes. I just worry about you.
Jesus, dude. You sound like Mom.
Okay, well, yeah. Mom used to worry about you a lot.
No, dude. I mean, this whole using thing. It's like, I don't know. Not even Mom, really, but like a mom or any mom. And also, it's like such a boomer thing to say. Or else it's just like so scummy sounding. I mean, like, who even talks like that anymore except drug addicts? And not the fun ones either. Like the washed up ones sitting in their little circles of chairs in some church basement talking about their feelings or whatever.
Simon, I mean,
who even says that? Like, these people you see on horrible daytime talk shows where they're either there to ambush one of 4 or 5 dudes who might have fathered their child, or they're like there to be ambushed by their family or something, and they keep saying things like drinking and drugging or working a program or whatever.
I'm not comparing you to those people.
No, yeah, I know. No, it's me who's comparing you to those people.
You're being unfair.
Or, I mean, at least the things you're saying is like those people. Look, sometimes I still fall into the trap of thinking I'm like, I don't know, expanding my mind or whatever. But I'm not stupid. I know what it is. I know I just like to get high. And I know it's not sustainable.
So why do you do it?
They were both taken aback by the force with which he'd blurted out the question. He calmed himself in the silence, eased his hands beneath his thighs, palms down against the vinyl booth.
I mean, with everything I've seen, everything you've done to yourself because of it, and everything you've told me you've done, why do you do it?
I don't know. Come on. Excuse me, can we get 2 more, please?
Jesus. Just one, thanks. I'm good.
Look, I'm as exhausted as you. And I don't know, dude. This is tiring.
I know. And I get it. But we're on our way back home now, basically.
No! Sorry. No, I mean this. This is tiring. It's exhausting to keep, like, trying to hold myself together with staples and tape all the time. But it's still like, I don't know, I'm still there, even though I know that. Even though I know this road goes nowhere, or nowhere good. These things you've seen me do to myself or whatever, I mean, I get it. But there's just something in that first 10 minutes of being high. It's something fuzzy and intangible. There's something Pavlovian in that bitter sinus burn.
Jesus Christ, dude. You're snorting this stuff now?
Now? What? Come on. I've been distorting it off and on for years. We've discussed it, albeit in one of my hypnotic states or whatever. Which reminds me, why the hell are we discussing this? I don't want to talk about this.
Because you're my brother. And I care about
Oh, Jesus. Come on, man. Give me something more than that. I'm your brother. Yeah, we get it.
Simon was flailing his arms obnoxiously in the air, antagonizing Peter as the waitress set another bottle of beer in front of him.
Thank you. Give me something more than that, man. Every time you bring up whatever it is you currently don't like or don't get about me, it just gets excused by you being concerned for me or whatever, and by you being the older brother or blah, blah, blah.
That's not what I'm saying.
Then what's your point? I mean, aren't you the guy I was passing joints with last night? Like, I mean, what is even happening right now?
There's a big difference between unwinding and being, like, gravely affected by something and having it...
Yeah, I know.
take over your life.
If you don't think I know, then you're just not...
That's it. That's my point of concern.
Point of concern?
Come on.
Point of concern? People don't talk like this.
Simon, please.
No, seriously, this is how robots talk.
I just feel like we can't lose each other after everything we've gone through. And I feel like maybe we've got a chance at enjoying some sense of normalcy here. Finally.
Simon realized how angry he was getting and decided to hold back for once. His head swam with scathing retorts about what he perceived as his brother's obsession with being seen as normal or sane or...
nice or whatever.
What?
He wasn't sure if Peter was confused by the thought he'd half blurted out or if he genuinely hadn't heard what he'd said.
Nothing. Look, you're always going on about what we've been through and what we've lost, but have you ever just stopped to think that maybe that's just life? I mean, you talk about me needing to process trauma or whatever. You really haven't ever just realized that's just what life is? Like, this is it, man. You're here and you're trying to give love, just trying to exist, cruise along without creating too much wake, whatever. Trying to leave the right kind of impact. You, and I mean you and I, we're not ill-intentioned. We're at least a little self-aware. And I mean, we want to do well and do good. And those are aspirations some people never even have the luxury of conceptualizing.
You don't have to tell me about life. I'm not trying to make us out to have suffered immensely. I'm just saying that we've shared in our suffering always.
Simon didn't agree with his brother, but he didn't want to argue about it anymore. In his mind, the family had become two separate entities when the two were teens, and his brother chose to live with his father. After then, he'd never really felt the same about him, and the more he thought about it, he wasn't sure if they'd ever really liked each other to begin with. He sunk into the booth, watching ducks fly over a field of thistle that stood higher than a child, Spanish moss and kudzu just creeping all over everything. Even the sun-bleached stones on the shoulder of the road looked soggy and steamy, he thought. He sat there for a moment in silence with some rotten, worried feeling that wasn't far off from defeat.
I'm leaving.
What? Right now?
Simon's focus was shifting between some translucent insect smudge on the window and the ever-darkening clouds beyond it.
I didn't tell anyone back in the city I was leaving town. I just left everything behind. And I think maybe I'm just leaving. Maybe I should have stayed back at Uncle Jim's with Dad. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have let you talk me out of it.
Dude, what the hell are you talking about?
In my head, I mean. In my head, I'd let you talk me out of it.
Well, what the hell, Simon? How is that on me?
It's not. I know that. I don't know. I want the opposite of what you want.
Well, yeah. I definitely don't want to live on the futon in Uncle Jim's guest room. You're right on that. But I mean, we could have stayed another night.
No, it's not about another night, Peter. I want life to be messy and fun and for every next thing to be unexpected. I don't know. Maybe it would be boring there after another 6 hours, but at least it'd be something new. Just starting fresh. Wherever, really. It doesn't have to be there.
What, so now you're gonna have me drop you off in some hick town? What the hell are you gonna do? Why would you even say that to me, let alone do that to me?
Jesus, Peter, I'm not asking you to drop me off somewhere. What's your deal, man?
I've got tons and tons of stuff going through my mind.
Me too, man.
I know. I'm just... What are you... What the hell, Simon?
I don't want to be there anymore. It isn't my home anymore.
It is your home.
No! It's not my home. It's not what it was, and it's not my home anymore. I don't know what it is, but it's not that.
But you've always talked about going back. Our whole lives. You begged Mom and Dad. You did all that traveling, and then you settled back there and wrote me postcards of, like, amazing and hilariously weird poems that you'd written about the weirdos you met on the bus, and drawings of the crowd at the Free Opera in Goldgate Park, and all these stories about whatever was going on in your life there.
I know, and that's all true. But I also know that's all past tense. It isn't real. It isn't mine anymore. It's not where I want to be.
But I'm settled. I have a life again. It's all put together. And the boys are happy, and we're planning to invest.
Dude, you live in a different world than me, okay? Look, you've got suits and 2 cars and a longtime partner and career, and you're living in that world, and I'm not a part of it.
Simon, you're always a part of my world.
No, Peter, I'm not. Look, 200,000 straight, white, well-educated kids in their early 20s moved there in the last 3 years to all work within the same industry and proliferate their innocuous, portable consumer culture. The entire place is slowly becoming another homogenized strip mall. In 10 years, it'll be an unrecognizably scorched landscape paved over in the name of progress by whoever can write the bigger check. No culture, no value, just progress as defined by the people who can afford it.
I'm not a part of that world, and you know it.
But you are. We both are. Okay? Staying there and continuing to struggle just to pay rent on the little box I inhabit makes me complicit in the class warfare that's taking over the city. All the moral bankruptcy, racism, classism inherent in this progress is something we both unintentionally support by paying into that machine. Not acknowledging your part in it just makes you another sucker at best or another oppressor at worst. It's just when the cold serenity of that first or second drink of the day hits my belly, I feel okay about it. I'm not confused anymore. I think about being somewhere slower and more simple, and it feels good, or I don't know, almost right. Like I can just let it go and move on or whatever.
So that's it? You're just gonna leave? You're gonna leave your brother, and you're gonna leave your friends, and you're just gonna go?
Man, I don't have any friends.
Jesus Christ, Simon. You know tons of people. How many times a month do you tell me about turning somebody down for a movie or a show because you just wanted to hang out at home and watch Battlestar Galactica or whatever?
Okay, sure, people, not friends. I know tons of people with whom I cancel plans pretty consistently, yes. True. Not exactly the picture-perfect image of a thriving social network. Look, I honestly don't want to attack you or shame you or whatever. This is about me and about how I feel about where I'm at in my life and how I feel about the world around me.
He looked around the table for something to distract him. Anything to avoid looking at his brother.
I'm just alone in all of it, whether you're with me or not. I mean, you're always really there. In a sense, just like Mom. Only different.
As Peter sat there fidgeting with his silverware, eyes shifting ever downward, Simon started to feel like he'd talked himself into a hole he couldn't escape.
You always say that I need a focus, something to be working toward or to be empowered by. But the truth of it is that I'm always working. I'm always thinking that if I get this worked out, then things will be easier. Or if I get over this next hurdle, then everything will even out and I can just relax and, I don't know, catch my breath for a minute or something. I'm just always chasing something that doesn't exist, and all my friends are ghosts. Sometimes I think that I used to have that contentment or sense of ease or whatever it is, but I know that ultimately it's just a memory of something that felt good to imagine or something. Something I just keep chasing. Something that might not ever have even been there, and it's like the worst drug to be hooked on because you can't ever find it again. And anyway, at some point, you just have to stop chasing the idea that you're going to catch up to where you once were or get back to how things used to be. You just have to give up on that and go do something else and leave those ghosts behind because none of it is real now, if it ever really was.
Peter kept fingering at the knife and fork before him. They both sat in silence, each experiencing the growing chasm between them and, in their own way, wondering what the future would hold, wondering if the other would ever be truly happy again, or what that happiness might look like. Simon slouched, feeling the thick, humid wall of tension between them, and thought of reaching out across the table and taking his brother's hand, and telling him that he loved him. The instant he had the thought, he felt the muscles in his arm and hand twitch to start, but something in him, some kind of fear or sheepishness, stopped them, and he just said,
And I don't watch Battlestar Galactica, dude. That is, like, insanely lame. It seems weird to put words to these feelings, but sometimes I almost feel like I missed out on your suffering. Being here so vibrant and so real and then gone. So suddenly nothing. It's not easy to deal with. I can't help but feel like, no, it's stupid. I can't wish things into changing. And it's not something I would wish for you anyway. Maybe if I had the delusion of a god to sustain me, things might be different. I don't know. I guess I feel like having had any more time with you would have been worth it, though. If you'd wasted away in some nursing home, or if I'd had to leave my little fantasy world in the city and go back home to care for you for 6 months, 2 years, a decade, whatever. It feels like it would all be a little more real to me if I had been there for your suffering. As it is, you're just gone. And all I can do is keep reminding myself it's over. I imagine what it might have been like if some angry cancer had come for you. Or if, like your father, a nameless dementia had taken hold, slowly stripping puzzle pieces of time from all of us. Would it have felt any more real to me then? Would my maudlin gaze register any differently in the eyes of, I don't know, whoever? Would the two of us be driving around the country attempting to return you to the places you loved, piece by piece, moment by moment? Or would it already seem, I don't know, finished?
All My Friends Are Ghosts is written and directed by Blake Cormier, starring Blake Cormier as Simon, Joe Barton as Peter, and Lauren Seal as the narrator. Original music and sound design by Blake Cormier. More information about the production and all songs used in the show can be found at adoredbymillions.com.